This is Stan Freberg. Well, what do you give a state on its 100th birthday? Especially a state that already has everything, like Oregon. When this question was first put to me by Fred Wessinger of the Blitz-Weinhard Company, one of Oregon's Centennial boosters, I'll confess I was at a loss for presents. Any of the ordinary suggestions for 100th birthday gifts, like nice warm shawls, upholstered rocking chairs, or floral horseshoes, were out of the question, of course. Besides, while 100 is old for anybody else, a century isn't old for a state. A state is in its prime at 100. Besides, Oregon has held its age extremely well. Doesn't look a day over 99. I suggested that it might be a nice idea if they threw a big birthday party with ice cream and cake and paper hats and noisemakers. Well, I might just as well have saved my breath, because as it turned out, the only noisemaker they were interested in was me. They had thought the matter through and decided to give Oregon a birthday gift that all Oregonians could enjoy, something much more durable than ice cream and cake. They wanted a musical comedy, complete with the story, songs, and music. It started out to be quite a short musical comedy, say 5 or 10 minutes in length, but it grew longer and longer and longer until it had 3 acts and lasted 21 minutes. We recorded it at the Capitol Record Studios in Hollywood in 4 crowded sessions. Crowded because in addition to myself and Helen Cleve, Byron Kane, John Frank, Barbara Ford, Lou Merrill, and Colleen Collins, there were 8 singers led by Judd Conlon and Billy Mays' 21 musicians, not to mention all the engineers, sound men, and production assistants. Quite a crowd in all. The result, well, we hope you'll like it. To my knowledge, it is the only musical comedy ever given its world premiere on radio. Its title, Oregon, Oregon, a centennial fable in 3 acts.
Gee, Dad, it's a wilderness.
Yeah, a little timberland goes a long way with me. I'm tired of exploring. I mean, the Oregon Territory's a nice place to live, but I wouldn't want to visit here.
You said it. A tourist wants to come here today, he has to sail around the Horn, blaze a trail in, shoot the rapids, or be born here. You know why?
Why?
No state highways, that's why.
Well, before you have a state highway, you gotta have a state.
Yeah, a territory's great, but you gotta have a state.
Where did that bell note come from?
I hit this triangle I carry around for just such a purpose.
I'll accept that.
A territory's great, but you gotta have a state. But you gotta have a state. But you gotta have a state. States look good, just like a statehood should. To have a state highway go through, to have a state fair to go to have a big rose hoop-dee-doo, you gotta have a state. A territory swell, but it doesn't ring the bell. But it doesn't ring the bell. But it doesn't ring the bell. Wilderness just ain't got no finesse to have a university, to give a bachelor's degree, to beat the pants off USA. You gotta have a state. A territory's fine, but you gotta draw the line. But you gotta draw the line. But you gotta draw the line. Lines you use to show whose state is whose. They got a most discreet crevasse to separate New Hampshire and Mass. And if you want that kind of class, you gotta draw the line. Unless you do, you'll have some chap from California in your lap. Break out the Rand McNally map. The territories had it. Let the state begin.
Did we mention we had to have a state?
Yeah. The only thing is, how do we get one?
You say you want a state?
Stand back, it's a witch.
Yeah, and how do you know she's a witch?
Well, look at her. She's got a string of viper's teeth around her neck.
Well, what else would you wear with basic black?
Yeah, she's got a point there.
That's my hat.
Oh, yeah. Well, Granny, it just happens we're in the market for a state.
Well, you're in luck. It just happens I put up some states this morning.
Put up some states?
In bottles. I put up pickled watermelon rind, elderberry jelly, and states.
Oh, I see.
Here's a nice one right here. It's named Oregon.
Hey, look at that, Dave. She's got a little state in there.
Yeah. There's highways and byways with commerce and industry, big city papers to print all the news, park systems, school systems, hospitals, housing with civic improvements for me and for yous.
Hold it? You call that a rhyme? For me and for yous?
Stephen Foster, we're not. What do you want from two explorers ad-libbing in the wilderness?
Everybody's a critic.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice-looking state. We'll take it. How much do you want for it?
How's that again?
What price statehood?
Well, what's that shiny thing you got there?
This? It's a triangle I carry around for getting into songs. It helps you get the right note.
I'll swap you even up. It's a lovely trinket.
You got yourself a deal. Hey, Dave, I'm going to open a bottle. You got a state opener on you?
Yeah, right
Wait
here.
a minute. Before you let Oregon out of the bottle, there's something you should know.
Nah, it doesn't matter. Here we go, Harry. Stand back.
Wait!
Boy, that's some state!
Yeah. Now, you were saying, Granny?
Too late. Too late. I was trying to tell you that Oregon's a magic state. At the end of 100 years, it must go back in the bottle.
Well, this is only 1859. 100 years from now, what the heck difference will it make?
I guess you're right, Dave. Who's going to be around in 1959? Gee, look. The state certainly makes an improvement.
Yeah, territory's great, but you had to have a state.
I've heard that said.
A territory's great, but we had to have a state. But we had to have a state.
But we had to have a state.
So we might have congressmen to write. A territory ain't as nice.
A territory don't suffice.
A territory doesn't really cut the ice. Not on your tintype, if you please. Not on your flannel BVDs.
Not by the hair on the chinny chin chin.
The territories had it. Let the state begin. You made it with ease. Feel sublime. It's a time to kick up your trees. Hooray for Oregon. You're the one we're proud to salute. What a sight in your bright Centennial suit. In our book, you don't look a day over 99. Oregon, 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 you're doing just fine.
Oregon, Oregon, dee-dum-dee-dee-dee. Well, here it is, 1959 at last. Doesn't seem like 100 years since I was talking to those two explorers. Seems more like a minute and 15 seconds. Well, might as well start right down here at the California state line, work up. Letting him out of the bottle isn't so bad. It's a tidying up the next century that I mind. All right, Oregon. Can I have your attention, please? Well, it hardly seems like bottle day at last, does it? My, how you've grown. I scarcely recognize you. Well, needless to say, Mother is terribly proud. But your time is up, and I do have my hands full. So let's not have any nonsense about it, shall we? Here we go. Back in the bottle, Douglas fir. Back in the bottle, mossy log. And back in the bottle, truck and trailer pulling up to the California Fruit Inspection Station. Oh, drat, he's pulled across the border.
All right, buddy, what are you carrying in there?
Wheelbarrows.
Uh-huh. You wouldn't be carrying any fruit, would you?
No, I wouldn't be carrying any fruit.
Oh, a wise guy, huh? Well, if you don't mind, I'll go back and have a look for myself. Gee, I think they're making the trucks longer this year, too. How do you like this guy? He parks with his rear end sticking over into Oregon. Well, let's open up the back doors here. Huh. Just as I thought. A whole truckload of nectarines.
All right, my pretty. Sit down on that little log in there and be quiet.
Hey, what's the big idea, Granny?
The big idea is the time is up.
But I don't understand.
Wait a minute. Now, what did I do with that triangle? Oh, here we are. The time is up. The time is up. I hate to be the one to bring it up. Wish you could escape the bottle, and I guess you waffle, but you shan't. Because the die is cast. The die is cast. I've got to put you in the jar at last. Oregon, your star has faded. Like to be dissuaded, but I can't. It seems a pity that a person has to go and snitch a state so nice. But then explorers shouldn't fool around with people like a witch. That's my advice. But now the time is up. The time is up. The hour has come for you to drink the cup. Say goodbye to statehood glory. Hello, territory. It's a crime, bo-do-do-do. But the time is up. Now, have you got that straight?
Yeah, the way I get it, the time is up. But why grab me? I'm not even an Oregonian.
You wanted to be in the fruit inspection game, pal. That's just one of the hazards of the sport.
Uh-huh. Are you a witch?
I am. Now hush up so I can get on with it. There's going to be quite a lot of stuff coming in, but you won't get hurt if you're nimble of foot. Back in the bottle, Babbling Brook. Back in the bottle, Tillamook. Back in the bottle, Burma Shave Signs. I thought you might want a little reading material, honey. And back in the bottle, Highway 100. Here comes a couple of people.
Ah, what a wonderful thing to be alive, Cindy. And in love, Ralph.
How lucky are we, about to be married in this Oregon Centennial year.
With nothing to mar our happiness. When we are married, how happy we will be.
Just you, Cindy, darling. Just you and me.
And the guy from the California Fruit Inspection Station makes 3.
What, Cindy, are you all right?
I'm always all right, Ralph, when I'm looking at our magnificent Oregon scenery. See the horizon? It's clear as glass.
What do you mean clear as glass, lady?
Oh, I didn't see you standing there. Oh, who are you?
I'm a California fruit inspector.
Well, California Fruit Inspector, Ralph and I are going to be married in this Oregon Centennial year.
Oh? Have you always wanted to be married under glass?
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, take a look at that big witch up there.
Huh? Oh, I haven't seen her there.
We're under some kind of a spell. She's out to put your whole state back in this bottle.
But we were about to be married.
Well, then you better tell her to throw down a justice of the peace.
There must be some mistake, friend. That kind of thing just doesn't happen for real to Oregon. Do you mind if we sing?
Yeah, be my guest. Hit it, Granny.
Oregon, Oregon, you beautiful state.
Oregon, Oregon, say you're looking great. Shake our hand, Timberland.
Each fellow and girl knows they've got
Cold or hot, a state for a pal, caps off to Oregon.
Oregon,
We can't get our fill.
of the place with the face.
That's one in a mill. Piney wood, you look good enough to eat on a plate. Oregon, you're beautiful state.
Are you through?
Yes?
Well, watch yourself, because here comes a section of the Bright Cascades.
Oh, there's more here than meets the eye, Cindy.
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Now, look, we gotta use some ingenuity and get out of here. I'll call the witch over.
All right.
Hey, Granny, can you come over to the neck of the bottle for a minute?
Oh, what'd you interrupt me for? I was just about to snag a Greyhound bus.
All right, if you're gonna be that way, forget it. We got better things to do besides talking to a grouchy witch.
Then stop distracting me. Back in the bottle, grouchy witch. Whoops! Now, you see what you made me do? I put myself in the bottle. Turn around, turn about, witchy in, witchy out. Now, where was I?
I wonder if we can get out that way.
I heard that. No, you can't. You have to wear basic black and hold a witch's card.
Well, then how do we break the spell?
What makes you think you can break it?
It's customary.
Well, you could wait till the moon was full, hop on one foot, roll your eyes back, and swing a lizard around your head.
We don't have a lizard.
Want me to throw you one down?
No.
Can't you give us a break, Granny?
Okay. To show you what a nice witch I am, I'll give you 24 hours to think of my name. Think of my name, and the state goes free. Hang on.
You mean you're turning us loose?
Only for 24 hours, kiddo. If you can't guess my handle by then, that state you got for a pal gets the axe.
Come, Cindy. We must warn the populace.
Yes, Ralph, the time grows short.
Hey, what about me?
You stay right where you are. I gotta show something for half a day's work, even if it's only one cranky Californian. It really is a shame. They'll never guess that Miss Columbia River Salmon 1822 is my name.
I heard that.
What?
Nothing.
fun at the Oregon Centennial Ball.
What do you mean always? How many Oregon Centennial balls have you been to?
Stop the music!
The witch! The witch!
Yes!
Well, I never.
Oh, gosh.
Oregon is doomed.
We got to think of the name of the state or the bottle goes back in the Oregon. I mean, the witch goes...
She means the bottle.
Whatever is she babbling about?
Yes, you can't come busting in here, but...
Listen.
Take your hands off of my lapel.
We have to think of the name of the witch, or Oregon goes back in the bottle.
Ridiculous.
Preposterous.
In a bottle. Oh.
But she's already got the California fruit inspector.
Yes, you
It's
see...
obvious that they're both quite mad. Someone call the police.
But don't you see?
No, never mind. Come along with me, my friend. Come along.
Wait!
It's the governor. It's the governor.
Bring those young people over here to me.
Thank you, sire. We speak the truth.
Yes, when I was but a lad, that story was told me by my nanny. Have you really seen the witch?
Oh, yes, She let us out of the bottle.
And gave us 24 hours to think of her name.
And if you don't think of her name,
Then we go back under her spell.
and our statehood returns to the bottle from whence it came, just like in the story. Oh, I can't believe it.
But it's true.
Quickly, what's the name of the witch?
What's the name of the witch?
What's the name of the witch?
What's the name of the witch? What's the name of the witch?
I wonder, could it be Bridget Bardot?
I do think it's Bridget Bardot, although...
It might be Harriet Beecher Stowe. What's the name of the witch? What's the name of that dame? I wonder if it's a name. As you know who...
You mean Anime Wong?
No, Anime Wong's decidedly wrong.
I wonder, could it be Hopalong?
What's the name of that dame?
Unity.
Agatha.
Grandma Moses, no, that's much too old. And somehow we rather doubt it could be Miss Rheingold. What's the name of the witch? Might it be 7-year itch?
Or could she be known as Jumping Bee?
Or a name that rhymes with soup tureen.
I have it, by thunder.
It's Bobby Brain.
That's not the name of the witch.
It's the witch.
A mangier mess of monikers I never heard. And the time is up.
But surely, madam, you don't intend to put the glorious state of Oregon back in the bottle. Oregon is where Mother Nature hangs her hat.
Well, then she better send out for a new hat rack, Charlie.
Charlie.
All right, let's form a single column to the right, please.
But what about the story? It must have a happy ending.
Why? This ain't the Shirley Temple storybook, sister. Here we go. Back in the bottle.
Hold it.
It's the California Fruit Inspector.
Yes, and I know her name. It's Miss Columbia River Salmon, 1822.
Oh, how did you know my name?
Little fruit inspectors have big ears.
She stamped her foot so hard, she fell right through the bandstand into Coos Bay.
But how did you ever get out of the bottle?
She threw down Klamath Falls, and I floated out on a Burma shave sign.
I'll accept that. Hello, what's this? She dropped her triangle as she fell.
Well, then, let's sing to Oregon. The state is saved.
The state is saved.
The state is saved. The state is saved. Strike up that band and get that banner waved. Grab a horn and Rudy toot us. 21 guns salute us. Oregon. Oregon is saved. Skies of blue shining through these beautiful trees. What a sight from the bright Cascades to the sea. Come today, USA, the moment is finally here.